As the best basketball player of all time in the Philippines, is June Mar Fajardo not getting enough credit from the PBA? Being an 8-time season MVP in the PBA and having the most MVP in the PBA history, June Mar Fajardo is definitely not getting enough credit or recognition by the PBA. These type of information about June Mar Fajardo's accomplishment in the PBA, I feel like the casual basketball fan in the Philippines doesn't know these type of information about the best basketball player that has ever played in the PBA. What about you guys? What do you guys think about June Mar Fajardo's situation? Is he getting enough credit or recognition from the PBA as the GOAT in the Philippines? Let me know and comment down below and share your opinion, and let's make this a conversation. But in today's video, we will talk about how the PBA is not capitalizing on June Mar Fajardo's success as the best basketball player that has ever played in the PBA. And at the end of this video, I will share one thing that June Mar Fajardo is not doing enough, which is hindering him to really become the GOAT of the PBA. So stay tuned at the end of this video because I will share that one big negative thing about June Mar Fajardo. I'll give you one hint though, it's off the court stuff and it's not really on the court. So stay tuned at the end of this video. If you haven't done so, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification button as I will be making videos for you guys every week. And now, let's get to it. Let's start with the media coverage that June Mar Fajardo is not getting enough of from the PBA. As the best basketball player that has ever played in the PBA, it's not even an argument. It's like hands down by a mile away that June Mar Fajardo is the GOAT in the PBA. But he's not really getting enough attention from the media. It seems like the PBA doesn't even want people to know that he really is the GOAT in Philippine basketball history. Let's do a quick comparison between the GOAT in the NBA, which is Michael Jordan. Now, obviously, I'm not comparing June Mar Fajardo and Michael Jordan skill-wise. I'm strictly talking about their status as being the best basketball player of all time in their respective leagues. When Jordan was in his peak in the NBA, Michael Jordan had countless commercials, documentary, and crazy endorsements all over the place. Like back then, you could really see the effort that the NBA was putting behind Michael Jordan and pushing him and really promoting him as the best basketball player of all time. Michael Jordan's documentaries or commercials was either coming from the NBA itself or companies that was willing to pay Jordan to endorse their products. Where in June Mar Fajardo's situation right now, and he still is in his prime in the PBA, you barely see any documentaries or commercials of June Mar Fajardo from the PBA itself. Forget about commercials, where that comes and go. But from the PBA itself, I don't even think you can see or search a documentary about June Mar Fajardo coming from the PBA. Yeah, you probably see like the Smart Gilas documentary from maybe, I think about 10 years ago, but the Smart Gilas documentary that was made, that was coming from the smart media side of things, and that was not coming from the PBA itself. I don't exactly remember the name of the documentary that they did with all of the Gilas players about 10 years ago. If you know the name of the documentary or the link, just share that down below and I'll give it a watch and watch it again, because those documentary was really nice because you get to know these players and promote the players that was playing for Gilas Filipinas at that time. And the way how things are looking like, it seems like the PBA is not doing a great job of promoting June Mar Fajardo as the best basketball player of all time in the PBA. But overall, the PBA is not really doing a great job of promoting its own league anyways. But at the same time, June Mar Fajardo is the best basketball player of all time. Do you guys remember that time when the PBA was really promoting its young players and you would see them in every commercial or every documentary? They even had MTV Cribs version of the PBA at one point back in the early 2000s, but you don't see any of those type of promotions or marketing for the current players that they have now. Like, you don't even hear new nicknames for the new players nowadays. Back then, they used to have crazy nice nicknames for almost every star player that the PBA has. But I guess it's just a different time now where the promotion and the marketing in the PBA is not the same, or it's not as good as it used to be. To me, it's just a sad situation on, the lack of promotion or the lack of exposure that June Mar Fajardo is getting as the best basketball player of all time in the Philippines. It's sad to really think about it, because it seems like it's just a word of mouth that people hear, like, yeah, he's the best basketball player of all time in the Philippines. And it's a sad thing, like, knowing Philippines is such a big basketball country, and the only time you would hear people talk about June Mar Fajardo being the best basketball player of all time in the Philippines is through word of mouth and podcasts, or in other media outlets, and not from the PBA itself. Because of the previous things that I just mentioned, these are the reasons why I think June Mar Fajardo is getting disrespected and not getting enough recognition as being the best basketball player of all time in the PBA. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I was gonna give you guys one thing that's really hindering June Mar Fajardo in a negative way, and that's his personality as a person. We all know June Mar Fajardo is a very humble guy, and he doesn't ask for a lot of things. He just wanna come in and hoop, win championships, and get his MVPs and get his bonuses. But you never hear him try to push or demand for things. And because he doesn't demand for certain things to, get his name out there a little bit more, it's really hindering his name from being cemented as the best basketball player of all time in the PBA. But at the same time, we are just all looking in from the outside. Maybe it's his management, maybe he doesn't want to. We're just, at the end of the day, we're just fans. But I believe the PBA can do a much better job on promoting June Mar Fajardo as the GOAT of the PBA. What about you guys? What do you guys think about this overall situation with June Mar Fajardo? Let me know and comment down below and what you think. And again, let's make this a conversation. And if you haven't done so, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And we will see you on the next video.